I gave you that name, Cammy. Honestly, I never forget your name, honestly. But um, had another follow up today. Um, Remember when you told me she was gonna put me out of she better not do because she said she was gonna put me in an assisted living home. The thing you said she was gonna do, and this is not for my day and age. Leave that one alone. But mom is a problem now because she told me I was full of shit. Shit, pardon my language, but I said you're more full of shit than me because I wasn't calling on me to God. But if she knows about royalty over Britishman, she's a better mom than you think. Because you criticize her intelligence, you criticize John's intelligence. Yeah, he's an introvert. I can back him up on this because you don't question this man's intelligence. It's the same way on Cackle when you saw that stream that I made last night. You don't question this man's intelligence. He's the one person, not just him, Diamante, John, Lisa, and I had a lot of friends, except for Mr. He was a Gemini, but I had the Hudson and Hans that were all water signs. I had my god cousins on both sides of the water signs. And we have a few on the house that fire. Everything else is water. The people that had my back was my aunt, my uncle. And then she questioned, even when I was playing on my car and pointing to the remote, she was talking about, I said, man, y'all got some nerve. Yeah, Todd swung on me. I swung on her, but I didn't punch her. I kicked her in the chest. I did. I backed up what I said. Because I know if I punched her in the face right now, if I was going the other way, that was cosmic destruction. Because the way I pushed her through Mom's bed, or Mom's bed still fine. I was like, yeah. I pushed her, told her she is not a fighter. Shai's punches were more sync. But she was able to heal, but I told her a while even. I didn't tell her, but I'm ranting right now. Because they called, which I was able to talk to the consul because they called the consul because she tried to press charge for assault. And said, how's that assault? You don't got no eye damage. And they can't really charge for Todd because Todd is already dealing with these scars on her legs because she's dealing with a lot of things, including anxiety, honestly. But anyways, when you saw my short last and this is the final, pay attention to on this day too. You know this is LeBron Tiger Woods' birthday, right? If anybody that's a water sign, think about that too. If I know about holy water, you know I'm not a water sign, okay? Because Tiger Woods going away, this is a person I want to meet. I walked this man's path. Then with a toxic girl, because the person I showed you in that clip, and I didn't show it in time, that's what they was trying to get. Even when he was walking alone, think about that. I done research on his sign too. It's like missing walk alone. And she's not even fire. She's water. Think about that if she was in my possession. Yeah. Hold up, I'm about to show you the damage. Look. She put me right through the door. Remember when I talked to you about the God of War right now and Afterlife? It's not going to be called, it's going to be a different term, but define it in Romanian terms. I found out Sylvester Stallone is Romanian. You know, he's Italian, he's Romanian too. It's going to be Afterlife, but not the same term. More than just the games, the movies when it comes down to Final Destination. Pay attention to the movie that John was talking about. Not just about things that can happen, like things hurting you physically or anything, because he watches the movies. Yeah. Final Destination, and 6 comes out next year. Okay? And I was watching these. I told you, I followed the channel called Film. I was watching the one for Black. This story, if I showed you, because I think I did in that stream, this was mind-boggling. Because she told her younger sister, her older sister, goodbye. And then she told her younger sister, I don't know what you're going to do right now, because her sister, I think, was the person that she was talking to in the Marvel movie was a cis girl, but Shai's by anyways. Cause I did some research. She said she don't like big crowds. I said, if you're gonna have kids, and knowing you're dating 2 people of that flight, that's a threesome. That's an intermediate crowd, and then anything beyond it, that is that's 6-some. Gotta be careful with that. Anyways, you better not have no kids. Then if that's the case, you don't like big crowds. So imagine you getting your needs in once, and you can't even wait in a line. I wait in the line. Yeah, I don't complain. Yeah, they called the cops on me. They did. They taught me because I told them I had physical therapy. I just dealt with a toxic therapy. And honestly, the one I had was Dr. Rose. She was more toxic. She might have been signed. I hope it was not an ordeal, but if she is, she's as bad as James' friend. But anyways, because she got 2 kids herself. Because I've been dealing with her It can't be them. Hold up. I've been dealing with this shit. Lisa was right. I told the cops what she was doing behind us because when I showed you that Fire TV stick, and I still got the part from my other one that Lisa got me a while because I told her I was going to get that to Brianna. Once I get the blue Always a True because Sonic. Remember when I told you they didn't give that a Game of the Year award because of the popularity? And a lot of them said, man, I can't really hold the owner a second. I hold the people that didn't give credit where Sonic is due. Because shout out the movie, The Hedgehog, and the game that's coming out next year. A lot of these games are fine real. I told you. When I showed you that Batman clip when I was like, okay, this is what it is. It's what we know. Reality. One person that had my side was John, Aunt Lisa. She questioned y'all for the entire time since I got put out on April 30th. Because she said, I said, she's not God. But when you have that gray in your head, or what they call the Zeus strike, yeah, she's been blessed. My aunt has been on my side more than my mom. Think about that too, because my father-in-law, dad, did not question her intelligence. He didn't question mine. Even when he was doing what he's doing right now, he knew I was intelligent. He didn't want me to end up like a lot of other people. He didn't want me to be here either. But he was able to deal with me because I did not like mouth him or what mom said, getting word for word. But I've been doing it to mom and the girls all year long since the day I got put out on April 30th. Okay, because Shawn was hitting with mom's guitar. Think about that. Because that was the only thing she was going to be able to do if she was in a real first fight. Use weapons or musical tools. WWE, like I said, don't do that. You can. Told her she did what was right because I pushed Taj. When I pushed Taj, it wasn't on my bend. I think it was on my other thing that I got from them or myself, obviously. I pushed her so hard, it took her a minute to get up. And she's already dealing with scars on the waist because she's dealing with a lot of other things. I'll talk about her health issues. But Lisa was right. Because she told me I was full of shit. And I almost said, you're more full of shit than me. I had to wait for her to be gone. Because she called herself Roy and said, I don't bow down to nobody. When she roared at me, if anybody saw the trailer for Krails, the way she roared at the white is the way I just did it to her. Because I said, things are not going your way because you're in denial of death. Basically what I said to Uncle Boomhauer on Messenger. God's going to strike her because she said she wanted to know, you got more aggressive than me. I got some. Yeah, I might have committed the thing after 5, which is on I didn't punch her because the cop told her I can't do that. She's already rewind. I pushed her. That was the only I could do. Told you. Because she called me for it. She called me. Remember when I told you, I think I was told I called her a wench a while ago. I called her multiple times. I called you, you're more full of shit than me. I'm saying this now because you not giving, she's still, the whole time been here since it was since that, you found out about Uncle Keith's death. Anyways, despite me roasting Uncle Keith, which I did, if you know about Little Single, he was on my side somewhat because he knew what mom was doing behind the scenes. Uncle Keith was right. He might have been in that life of a narcissist and all other things. When I made that stream, this could be my last thing. If you know about the game that John has, anybody that knows about Cowabunga Collection, reality, because mom's not giving me credit. She wants to take credit for stuff that she didn't take credit for. It was more of y'all, not her. And Dad told her, the girls told her too, we all not going, I think she did it for the money. I don't think she did it for nothing else. Because she took the job, but she did. And if it was for the money, she obviously would have gave me a fighting chance to make the dude was right. Because she was trying to kick me out for petty shit. Couldn't go into a blood bank. You kick me out over something dumb like that. You kick me out when I steal stuff. That's when you kick me out that will commit blood on my hands. Look, I don't have the truth physical to kill anybody. I'm not in that life. I told you, it runs on the Hutchinson High. I'm not in that life. I told you that. Because that Fire TV stick that I got, that 7K, that was taken out of Cheyenne's money. I don't think if it was through mom. Think about that. Because they're about to put me in this, they're about to put me in a witch count because they're waiting for me to get picked up by somebody, which is mostly going to be y'all. Joe was right. Because he felt the way I felt. He said, I had it with that wench. Because when I saw the dots, I said, yeah, you're like me. I knew somebody was like me, Falls' cousin. He was done with her. Because he was questioning Joseph's intelligence. He even questioned Brianna. She even questioned Brianna's. I said, well, for the person that got her Gabe's, I was on her side, Brianna's side more than anybody. Even when I did the only thing that was years ago. I believe that went on. But yeah, I was on Brianna's side. If I'm talking about a true teacher and a true parent, Parents are not your friends. They are your friends. They're your second friends, if anything. Water signs are your best connection. If I know about Scorpios, concern, if you know about corny, but define that in a funny way. John would know about this too well. Same way with Kenny, because I already knew Kenny was funny. Because when I told him that he couldn't write, but a lot of people have these. I'm a terrible cook, but I have talents in other things. John already knew I had talent. If I know about them, I may not, I may not be the true artist like he is and Brianna, a lot of other artists these days and perfectionists, but I find ways to have talent. If you know about character creation, match the colors when it comes to your names. Even when it comes to games, including real life movies. Told you. John knew I had potential. He really got when I sent that clip it said it's sound and I said on the it said really doubted you, boy. But then when he saw I actually said the picture of Chun Li, honestly, the one that talks about, I said, you need the man up. Pay attention to that man. Said, you need to be a family man. Pay attention to the title that John had on PS3 and PS4, okay? Because he would tell you about Chun Li. You need the man up. Grow the hell up. I was listening. Even when I was on the medication, a lot of people didn't see I was listening. But when he said, I'm listening now. I'm not on medication. I got common sense. I may be slow, even John said, but he didn't say it to be mean because a lot of other parents would think that way. I may be slow, but you got intelligence, boy. I was always on his side. Even when he was going against me, I never done nothing wrong to this man. Because one day I had the glory days, the glory days. Okay. Yeah, I cried bitter tears, but it was bitter. I told you I was going to cry those bitter tears. I sucked them back in because mom called me a piece full of shit. I said, you're full of shit. You remind me of my friend's mom, and my friend's sisters are Aries. Two different, the same sign for fraternal twins. Ben is a Capricorn. Same sign, shine, and no keys, though. Anyways, she was right. And then, because remember, mom always said, she better not put you in a nursing home, put you out. And that's what mom was about to do. Because I told mom, I refuse to be in a nursing, because what people are doing in nursing home these days, to anybody, including my age or above, is sad. The worst way to die. I told her, when it came to God, because they already went on the two final God Awards now, and then Final Horizon Zero Dawn, and they're going to keep it with Bible and 2K, because Sam was going to be out of a job. I told you that last night when I made that clip. Cause I got the eight views and count. I think John always saw the clip. This is what I told you. Reality. Pay attention when I sent you that the father of the bloodline. You know Roman Reigns, still the champion. I'll talk about that later. To do that, dealing with that oil bone and ear injury. The dude that gave me Kevin Owens, the Kevin Owens show edition. Anyway, with top shot to me, I had to give her credit because she is a fighter. But she only hit me. She did punch me, but she punched me much. She didn't punch me. And if I did, the damage was already done to my eyes anyway. Because I'm already dealing with the swelling. I had this since Furry. Okay. Because I think he was going to tell that I swung him, but I don't think. And if he did, I held back. And if he swung, if you know about Shannon's story and Bruce Lee's other son, and it was Milson down from car crash. I'll talk about that story later, if I see y'all, obviously. But the story about it was true. He died from a marijuana overdose because he was drinking a vitamin when I found that out. Because when he was in the movie he was in, and then it was one of the people that said in the info, it was not what you think. As soon as he drunk it, it was too late. Then the person that locked him up got death row, but it wasn't due lethal injection. It might have been because of what he did to him. His son, his middle son that was part time died from mostly chronic, but it wasn't asthma, it was something else. And if he was doing it, he was just drinking just like. So the only kids he got left now is his other son and his nephew-in-law, because of one of his great-grandparents marrying, I think, Shannon, and his two daughters. To find me, if anybody, as I said, for instance. And if I know about that title you see on CatCon, it's not what you think. And to find the title that Bruce, and even with Shannon, she has a nephew-in-law and cousin-in-law. If I know it takes to find a Tory, I think her cousin-in-law is Taurus, obviously. Be yourself. And then the picture I say to do, be a fan, man. Stop giving your mom a lot of chances, because for her, it was another picture I say too. She questions your intelligence. I don't question Kyle's intelligence in sports. He knows more than me. I know about my talent in graphic arts when it comes to graphic designing. He is a perfectionist. He knows about his P. Same way in CatCon. Like I said, the Reels are in trouble. Even if John gets PS5, what they're they're going to charge him almost $400 because Sam's charging $400 for a freaking piece. And I know Joe might be mad about that. But anyways, those are people she was going against. She was going against me and y'all because they said they left me home. I said, no, they didn't. They left me to deal with y'all shit. Pay attention to what Grandma Cass said. Pay attention to what Granddad White said. Because it's going to be a matter of time before you had to come back home. I was like, where it all started. Well, I had my glory days, my joy, my pride. And if I know about being wearing underwear, define the color of any colors, because Kuna Boo, the one I got is dark. I'll show you that in a minute. I might do rewash that guy. Or hand wash, because the previous two I got, which were good, I had the hand wash. So I couldn't really wash it. You know, it was probably but anyways. Mesa was right. Because she wanted me first saying, you might not be safe in that house because you're dealing with your mom, who's not in the best of health right now, and then with dad, too. And he's not dealing with mom, but you're not in the best of because he's drinking, but he's on a dog, though. He's a drinker. You can't really hold him to this. Because she called me, telling me you're full of shit. I said, no, I almost said that. I had to hold back. I said, you're full of shit. You took both the keys, my cousin, my aunt, my uncle-in-law, if they was married, also had both, but uncle-in-law, because y'all engaged. I told him married or not, still in-law, not common sense. Imagine what I said about the games I grew up in Fathers 2, hater edition. Because the grades that Lisa has and Miss Hines has that mom will never get. Because 2 months later, she said if she went for a match, I remember she said if she was going for a match to find Cardi, she said she was going to do something physical, but Thorne said, you can't do that. You got yourself blackballed then. That's good. You do something at him. And it wasn't a book, it was something else. If it was not yours, that's a blackball in college. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. This is bad as cheating on a test. You need to give you a second chance to do it, honestly, but they take the high school because you did get it, so because you failed it. I don't play cheating when it comes to that either as well. When I showed you that short, this was it. This as far as I've gone. That's almost 8 months. Think about that. I gave her way too many chances. Pay attention. Yeah, I made a roast grandma. I was dogging her. I wasn't dogging her just to dog her, honestly, because, I think she told you that too. But what I did was justified. Despite me roasting her, which I did, and the things I was doing, she was just as bad as mom with this, okay? Because Grandma White crazy. Yeah, I made her criticize her too because she was doing what mom was doing. But the difference between her and mom, she was not controlling my proxy. Thank God. Compared to what Lisa said, because she would have never let me see a dime. Imagine with mom now. She not letting me see the full amount. And if I got half of that, because she gave me money, that was the one she gave me 80 just once. Then it was 40. I say, see, the bare minimum. She don't care. Dad's done with her because she's not listening. And he feels the way I feel. The girls might tell dad that I swung on them, honestly. I pushed Todd, so I pushed my kids, say I did. And the cops didn't charge me with assault because, like I said on that clip, talking about Kobe Bryant and all that, we get passes. If I told the cops, when I talked, I was sitting on the bed, mom's bed, I was like, if I was normal, this is a different story. I'm not normal now, am I? No. I got her to get in the shower, but anyways, mom's gonna make it. This is it. Because mom's gonna put me in a nursing home. She said that twice, and she wasn't playing. I said, you ain't gonna do that. I told her I had to hold this word, but I'm gonna say it right now. And show my face right now. As you see right now. You see the damage is done. You saw the door, obviously. They're not gonna be able to get that fixed because it's hard to get the maintenance. I said, it's not my fault you moved it to one of the most dangerous counties that defies hostility. And not my problem when it comes to replacing stuff. Anyways, I gotta get clean because this is it. Because Joe feels the way I feel right now. I'm not the same guy I used to be. Okay, I may be slow. Tiger Woods said that too when it came out. Doesn't tell he's a normal stuff, but I'm not stupid either. Because one of the girls he dealt with was rated to a current NFL player. He had the daughter of Michael with the come to the Hans spot on the lips. But anyway, that was on that team was on. He sued her and won that case. The other girl that you saw on the green, I didn't show you. He was trying to get because he was walking alone. Okay. I was done. I was done with mom, okay? I had it. If you know about what Cradle said, if you know about Father Mac, even as a demon and even in Tekken, I'm done with you. I gave her way too many chances. Because she wasn't, my sign and her sign is toxic, but number one is a Leo. Think about that. I said that on the clip. Now you hear me say it again. Number one, because they're alone. Because once she's dead, Uncle Arthur has nowhere to go. For me, I had a plan B, but Shane was not the problem. She was a problem now. She said, you, I told her as a fighter, I said, I don't fear you. If I was thinking about doing that, I'd belly to belly the same way I don't keep, then you're 340. I'm only one, so that's half of where you are. Think about that. You thought you was dealing with bruises now, you'd have been dealing with lacerations. If we had anything that was glass. Think about that. And that was a win. Think about what my father did too, if he was not doing music. The Olympics. You know what, lifting barricades, lifting, throwing them bigger ball, what you call them, Olympic balls than the dumbbells, yeah. Belly to belly. And then you lost. And if Ty did to anybody else, they were going to do their return of Sunday. That was easy. That was cosmic destruction. Got done the history when it comes to fight. I told her I was in your position. But I was very number one because I couldn't eat waffles as much. And he was in the last thing in this house. I couldn't eat it every day. Even the butter, because I know if I did, this is the closest I've been to one side in a long time since I was at Doka. I was 183. I was where Mom was. Mom surpassed me because she had multiple surgeries. Because she told me I was full of shit. And I said, you worse than Grandma White. And we all told, even Dad told her too, he didn't question Lisa's intelligence. He knew she had a brain, but he didn't say it to be funny. He said it was what it is. Even John, both of them told Dad, they said, don't listen to Pam Ozzy because you'll see. And when you see what she's doing to your son, and maybe you, what she's doing now, why you think Mom and Dad are not talking now? Yeah, that John was right. And anybody that was on my side other than y'all and any water sign was Dad. Because he actually listened to y'all more than Pam. Think about that. I said her first name. That might be but that is your name. Your Grandma White gave you this, so she gave you double L, which was hoping one L or I-E. If she had gave me that, if she had any other choice. And they kept questioning my intelligence too. Dad never questioned it. He saw the change in me. Even when he didn't want me in this house, I dealt with this man. He dealt with me. And if he did swing, I defied Phil, don't think. Hold his arm back. And I say, I love you, Dad. I love you from distance, but you have to learn, not today, man. Not today. That's what I just dealt with today. Because now he's starting to realize what y'all just said behind the scenes. And if he knows about a C, I don't know if he has a C in any part of it, but if he did, he's clutched too. Because he dealt with my shit over there. We both dealt with her shit despite the hostility. What he did to me, I don't think he did it on purpose. He doing with a tree prank, but you don't put a belt to it. I'm leave that one alone. But anyway, he gave me my credit. Think about it, because when the things he was getting for his wants and needs, and wants, he was telling me to do it more than the girls, because the girls didn't want to talk to Dad. Think about that too. There was another person who was on other than y'all and my cousins. Dad, because he told me to bring in his nice toys, like snacks and stuff. Think about it. He was talking to me more than Mom. Think about that too. So if you know about the name test, when you say I don't get back up, I better hope I don't get back. And I did that today when Sean pushed me. I got back up. I told the way Cradle's son wrote it, the mom's the way I wrote it. Things are not going your way because you're in denial. I don't want to die. You're a Christian, but you just won. I'm Christian and Catholic because of my middle name. And the psalmist on the Heim side, because she has two middle names. But her first name has an I, and her other name, she has another middle. She told me that a while, but it's also an I, but it's complicated. Double I. But her other middle name is Louise. And she's a Roman numeral too. Told you. Reality. Because what she was doing, I told the cops what she was really doing to me. Far as the SSI, she was not giving me, not like the full amount, but either half of what she was giving me the bare minimum, like Aunt Lisa said. The reason why I didn't tell her about the price, I made that mention on at Grandma's, that finally, I was rolling at the amount, but I apologize on that when I was streaming. John was right. He was the one person that had my back. If you know about the picture I'm about to show it to you, I'll show it to you later. I'm about to get in the shower, show it. Try to at least get to an hour, at least 50 minutes. But yeah, he's been my inspiration. Not just you, not just John, Lisa, Brianna, Santi, even though they question us. I remember telling her, I said, you're not her. You don't want that smoke. Y'all are like a dragon. When I said that, when I knew she said, I don't care, I said, how old is she? You call me a child? And if I know about a coon, you're nothing but a child. And if I know about my father of a demon, if I know, you're nothing but a child. You can't even have no kids. Because you've been cursing on your dads and not to be funny. I didn't laugh though. I was roasting her too. To the point, even shot roasted one time. That was a couple weeks ago. Made her cry. That's the one thing they was for. And I've been dealing with her more time than her. I don't even look her in the face no more. I told Grandma Kay, I said, misery. I said, no, company doesn't love misery no more now. Reverse psychology. I had it with her. I see why Grandma didn't talk to Mom now. I found that about that due to other means, Grandma Kay and other people. But yeah, because she wasn't stepping up for me. She thought about the girls going, pay attention to what Aunt Lisa said. The reason I didn't tell her about it, because if I did, it was long overdue. I already said it to the con. I didn't tell her not to tell Mom, because if she did, she'd have been upset. I said, yeah, you're going to be in jail. And they won't care if you're legally bond or not. I told you that. Because Uncle Keith said it first, despite me roasting him and then put my hands on this man, I was going to belly him, but I knew it took to be a fight, honestly. Because they found what she did, and I think the police told the judge in the area, that's what the whole point of cop does, whisper, she's going to be in jail. And charge might join her. And she's not built for jail. And you say, I wasn't built for jail? And she's a far way. Think about her when she has to get into a real fight in jail, if you know about Wesley Snipes. She will be in the hospital right now. In worse condition than I am right now. I'm cursed because I walked through for it. One walks the way of a ninja, not just a non, but ninja god, even in economics. I walked through. Grandma Cash told she walks through for it. She's dealing with chronic knees, but not dealing with the way I'm doing. I'm dealing because of damage and injuring these ways, walking and shopping and all other things. And didn't walk. And I told her I had a bruise on my left foot. I'm dealing with a punch on my face because the bruise is dark white. It's like brown and white, but it's like intermediate dark. But yeah, and the damage is already done. Because all the walking I did, the reason I've been standing in this house, because I couldn't look her in the face on Lisa. I couldn't even look. I looked dead in the face more than anything. And that says a lot. Because when he looking, he made that typical reaction. I said, this is not the kind I know. He saw the change. Because I know if he did swing, I held back. I said, I love you, Dad, not today, man. Even if he comes forward, not tonight. I don't got time for this. He was the one person that was also on my side, despite him not there, but he was able to deal with me, honestly. Because I told Taj earlier, I said, your daddy's little girl. I told her that straight on. If you know about that movie, and he's the only favorite, honestly. And if it's me, that's 40-60 because he don't question my intelligence. And we're thinking about it with two different fire signs. Same way with what? He don't question nobody's intelligence. It's Mom. Because when Joe put that X with it, it was in words, I know what the word was. I said, yeah, it's time for me to go. And I told the cops, Mom said I was going to sugarcoat. I said, no. I told him the real, because the real me on medication would have made up an excuse. I didn't say trigger because she expected me to say, I did not say that at all. I said, you full of shit. I said, you full of shit. I had to wait for her to leave to say this. Because if I had said that to her right now, I'm not afraid of you, mister. I manned up. I chun-lead you at that. I looked you straight in the face, even when you were not dealing with no sight. And for me, I pushed her, but you see, I didn't fall. It had to take 3 pushes for Mom to push me down. Think about that too. And she's the bigger person than me. She's a super middleweight. I'm light heavyweight. She pushed me once. I did not fall. It took 3 pushes, and she'll tell you that. 3 pushes. And I fell right down. And I got back up. Pay attention to what the memory I just said. To Grandma, I think she commented on, you better hope I don't get back up. And yes, I pulled your niece. If you know about Shaq, I pulled your niece. If you know about what Great Khali did, the bicycle, I pulled it by the bonnet. Her hair was already done though. I pulled it. Not really out of her hair, because her hair was already done by a professional, because she had money, obviously. But anyway, I really pulled her. Because not the way the vice grip is with either with one hand, but if they got anything like a bonnet, that's a vice grip that way too. Pull that bonnet, and the bonnet's already messed up. It got a hole in it now. Almost literally put her in submission. I pulled her, I held her by her head. If you know about, because it's 2 inches to 5 bites, one hand on both hands. What Great Khali did to a lot of people in the WWE, he'd have been already a 20-time champion right now. If he was still in the WWE, he's back in the WWE. If he's on it, because the taller Dave Marlon Roger, I told you you can't beat that person, even if it's a girl. You're 5'2". Just remember what I told Joe about this a while. I said, I'm not laughing. Pay attention to George Foreman's daughter. Who won that fight? If you know about Ken, me. Because you gotta move. And anyone should hit you with that desperate, same way her father did. You have to hold it. If you're winning the fight and playing anybody that height, because when you're that height, or especially that's an immortal. And her strength is beyond up. That's a mortal strength. And that's not a 3XL. That's a 9XL. My God. You thought her torso and my torso was imitating when it came to being a transgender? I mean, she's not born. George Foreman's daughter is not but if she was, she's intended. That torso is explosive. 9XL, almost a 10. The funny thing, she's only 217 pounds. She has the torso of a Omega, which is 500 pounds. If you know about Omega. Well, anyway, I don't look mom in the face no more. I'm done with her. Because I told grandma, I said, you wanted to deal with her? I said, no. I told grandma, I'm done with her. After what happened today, because we did get into a scuffle, I'm done with her. I had it. When I showed you that short, that means you already knew who was on my side from the beginning when it came to all water signs. Counting Santi, too. You know, she's a Cancer. Needy, but in a good way. They say in a bad way. They said, you're not her. I told her, you're not her. He said, I don't care when you fight her. Pay attention to what I said about Brock Lesnar and, about Peg, okay? That had been 6 German suits. Ain't no spam minute. She would just gutted Taj. Think about that. Ain't no spam. What he did to the Undertaker, it might have been spam, but he was literally taking the physical air out of this girl. It's fine with Undertaker, but he was already same as his brother. So brother still gets defined with physical stature because he is not that far off in weight. He's 2 inches. He's same as his daughter. So he's defined the miniature because hybrid. But anyways, that's the whole point of the stream. Taj, if she was playing this game right now, she would not last on that game on TV. Her body is in black. If Sandy was playing this game on Xbox right now and she had to call down me, I think I would give her a run for her money because both our chests are red. I would show sportsmanship to her because the heart of a champion. When I showed you the whipping without the guard and then to find the string moves and then the War Games match that Logan Paul, this is what we mean about which concept we know about the different because he has 2 Joe. Up my ballpark. Shaw's already hyped in this. The only thing I worry about if she was playing this game as well, even if she was doing this right, her physical stat, because she's intermediate. Falls that way, and she's still eating the way she's eating. And they told her, and she's not listening. And then mom's not that far because they told her not to do certain things, not involving working anything else. She's not listening because she told me she didn't want to get no more surgery. And that's not involving organs or anything. I said, well, if anybody knows about a doctor, if you count on Lisa in this category, she's not a doctor, but if she was, you breathed your last breath on this earth. And I told her that's your loss, not mine. Because I said, I have a better medical coverage than yours. Yours is in between because y'all have to re-up on. Y'all don't even have life insurance. Only that has life insurance, but anybody that has messed with me and everybody else falls away, including myself. I had that for the rest of my days forever compared to what mom is dealing with these days. Her right leg is twitching. And I've been noticing that since she's been going to sleep too. Because remember, she had multiple back surgeries. But one of mine affected her right leg most recently. When she had that job, she had a while to where her leg twitches now. And if she's dealing with MTD, she might be dealing with MTD in that way, just in that way, because of multiple back surgeries. That's when you have a surgery on your upper extremity. Go to your lower, ask Kawhi, but he wasn't dealing with no back issue. He was dealing with that abdomen. It went straight to his leg because the medicals misconstrued his injuries. So he fired his medicals. Jay told Zion to fire his medicals because his medicals, the injury was right, but it wasn't a broken foot. I don't think it was. And if it was, because he bulked up, he was where, I think Sebastian 366 pounds. But he was able to ball down. He's bad the way he is. And come back and play, I told you. I knew who was on my side from the beginning. It was John and Aunt Lisa and my cousins. Even when they was not thinking about me and they were dealing with shit of their own, those are the people that had my back. All the way. Because mom called the guy, I said, well, you're not her when it comes to intelligence. We say y'all don't talk now. Yeah, the I, because, and the final because she has an I on her last name, because you're jealous of her. Because she's outdone you. Still working. Out better than most. If she knows about double L, she only has L in her first name, but she had what I had. Better than most heaven and hell, mate. And if she knows about the word of a British name, she knows about bloody hell. The question, my intelligence. She was the one that stuck up for me. Not just her, Barack Obama. One of these, he helped become vice. The dude asked Kobe Bryant because he lost the medal. Forgot his name. And then our current governor Biden made a difference for us. Even now, and then our former president, the president, he made a difference too. If I know about my own mind, overcome the odds, and I overcame it again. I'm done with all this. I can't. I'm stuttering right now. I can't do it. Grandma kept trying to hang in there and said no, because if I did, she was gonna put me in a nurse. She said that twice. I said no, you ain't doing that. You just. I didn't say toxic mom to her face, but if I did, you are one. If I know about Hellboy, well, I said, and the judge, you are one sick piece. She called me up for a shit. I said, you one sick piece of shit. How's that feeling when you actually call me idiot like SpongeBob? Think about that. You more it's just, I tell you, man, I'm done with her, man. I gave her way too many chances. John always was right, because the thing she was going to do. Because remember, I remember always told her, she better not put you in a nursing home. Depending on what she said about that, too, knowing I'm not going to be that far from 30 years old soon. Because she did that, she screwed you for life. Because she's a toxic parent. Because she went into the system and knew what it took to be. I think she did it for the money. I don't think she did it for nothing else. She just thought about herself because she wanted to brag and be like other people that brag and say, you're not like Lisa. I may have some of mom's things, but I don't give a fuck attitude. If I have that's on my father's end and grandfather Hutchinson's end. Especially when it comes to that deep voice, it might be trans so big. And her white leg has been twitching for the longest. Because mom said, I don't want to die. I said, you don't want to get surgery. You told everybody you didn't want to get no surgery. You said that. Clear and day. You said it for the entire time I've been here. They said, well, the doctor, you breathed your last breath on this earth. Basically what I said to John, too, God's going to strike her because she don't want, the thing I just mentioned right there, she don't want to get no surgery. Even if it's not organ, when they said, you're dead then, God of war, whatever that term is, afterlife. Because now my father's dead, and now you're dead. Because what the wife was doing in the game, she was just binge eating. And then she didn't want to get surgery. She wanted to help me. I said, because she told what Craig said, is that it don't matter. It don't matter. I said, well, at least I didn't put myself in a dangerous job. If you know about that, which is the system. That's when you become toxic and deal with mental and physical health issues. And she told me she's dealing with more. I'm only dealing with two. She's dealing with, she said, so many. She's lost count. I said, no, you beyond. What? That's probably double digit. That's too many. You're more of a threat than I am compared to you. And if you're dealing with any author and you know it's not mine, you definitely need to get that checked. I know I might have made somebody laugh saying if anyone was watching, honestly, but it's what it is always. I'm done. Because Grandma can't sit and hang in there. But no, she was going to put me out because I did push her. I did. Because the thing that they got me, it wasn't really in China. It was in my name when it comes to the SSR. She was trying to take credit. Said, man, if I know about things, I don't play either. Because she was trying to take it, honestly. And knowing that wasn't telling you money, you used my money, not yours. You just saying that, and it wasn't out of guilt. That was out of desperation, because I know once mom is gone, y'all got nowhere to go as well. And if you move with your friends, I don't think she's going to put up with you either after she done what you did to me today, which was put your hands on me. I don't see her having no kids. And I'm not like, I want to laugh. It's just hard to laugh right now after what I dealt with today. You know, this is Tiger and LeBron's birth, same birthday. Same birthday, different birth years. Same birth year, different birth numbers, as far as the last number. But anyways, because she was giving credit to the girls more than me. Basically what I told them, I'm a terrible cook, but I have talent and other things. And mom's trying to take her. He said, you don't know me, you're not bros. Because bros don't question nobody's intelligence. You still do it. Because you know your death is coming. It's what it is. It's what I know. But this is what Cradle said. Because when you're dealing on Afterlife, my son, A.P. Trainer, why, if I know about Tiger Woods in the book, why I win again without you. I told her that kid that said, you know, no, I said, don't man. I said, it does, man. You in denial that you just as bad as your brother. And he wasn't in denial of death. Okay? He knew it was coming because he didn't take care of his body. Even when he had the surgery that he told me he couldn't get no more. Even when the surgery was there, so the doctor told him that. Because if he did, that other surgery, whether it was up or it was going to kill him physically. And he was only dealing with a lot of other shit. But anyways, because I told him, if you get burnt to ashes and don't keep seeing, you know, he's ashes, he going to probably roll at you. Think about that. In hell. Because she said she was only going to put her ashes in the water. I said, well, you don't know that. That's going to red water. If it's going to a river. If you know about any of the rock, and that's red water. Grandma kept on Keith's ashes, obviously. But if he was dead to see it and, you know, he's burnt to ashes, obviously, he'd be rolling in her spirits because burnt to ashes. Because he wasn't giving me credit on this. Yeah, I swung on Taj, obviously. And because I told John, she said, yeah, because she's been cursed more than I'm dealing with a lot of issues. As far as mental and dealing with chronic wellness training, upper training, couldn't cover bonds. She's 100% covered. I'm only 70%. And she's been 100% covered because of that trait on family members. And the only person that's been talking to me, well, it was Cheyenne and Taj, well, barely Taj, barely, it was Dad. I wasn't being sorry. I wanted to be sorry, but he was not the problem. He had other shit going on right now. It's not that he wanted me to waste his life. It's just that he saw the change. He knew it because he was thinking about it a while ago. Even when they got into it, said, "I don't know about your son right now, but if he does leave you and he forces his way out, I'm like him too. I'm gone because you're not taking him seriously. You're not even taking me seriously. You're not even listening." So if you know about the name, the one person that had my side other than my father-in-law, despite the hostility, I dealt with him better than most. The reason I didn't put me on this house because I didn't do what I did. I didn't do what I did. I didn't do it again. I didn't promise it, but I didn't do it. I kept my word. I didn't promise it, but if I did, I didn't do it. I walked away because the cop told me that was telling me, he said, "You ain't gonna, boy, you get a warning, but we can't get rid because you are dealing with two different mental health issues. You was normal. This is different." I had a lot of people on my side, man. I had better friends. If I had anybody that's a friend, that's my uncle and aunt, and my cousins. Lucia, if I know about the sister and the sister-in-law and the cousin-in-law. I knew when Joe was dating this girl, she was the one. Because I done research on signs. They say they don't test us fire signs. If they do anything, they would defend our sign when they see something tragic happen to them physically. They'd be the one person that has your side. I done research on his girl's son, and she's a very intelligent woman, very intelligent. Because she's not like Henny's girl. No offense to her, because she had to bail Henny if she tested me. If you know about his girl, he don't got no kids either. I don't got none either, but I told Cheyenne and Todd, as well, I said, if you was criticizing, you cannot criticize her. Too. She's Mark Henry easy. Pay attention to the nicknames that y'all gave me too. Not just the nickname when it comes to sport, the reality nicknames. She's Mark Henry easy. Pay attention to what she would have did to Todd. The Todd had to question that intelligence. Ultimate destruction. I don't want to laugh, and I definitely, if I was there to see that fight, y'all not to say about to us, somebody called the paramedics. I would call 911 then. Because I warned Todd, when I showed Todd, I was warning you. What could happen to you when you test anybody? The five sports that I grew up, reality sports as well. Not reality sports, but real life sports, to find the games. I grew up with real sports. Extreme rules. What she's doing to Todd would have been too easy. And she'd have been, what bruises she got now because she's dealing with the curse on her dad's, and I was like, imagine what Joe's girl would have did to her. Think about that. I think Joe would have been laughing. I'd have been laughing with evilness because I told you, you cannot beat this girl. That's with any super heavyweight. Even if they're close to with George Foreman, even if they're not a super heavyweight, that's ultimate. They don't have to really punch you. And if they did, that's beyond stars. She can't really punch you. George Foreman can't punch you because she's in the life of a boxer. She can't really do it. That's a no-no. But if she was not trained in that sport, she is easy destruction. When I mean knocking niggas out, I mean really knocking niggas out beyond white when it comes to white. Red. Think about that. When you're only 1 in 20 and she's 217 and she's 7'8" and you're 5'2", 1 in 22 pounds. When I told Joe about it, he was laughing, but I told him, this is what we know when it comes to, I can overcome even Joe can overcome the belly to belly. You can't really punch them. Even if they built like George Foreman, even if it's an 8-pack, you have to belly them or choke slam them. Or slam if you know about The Rock as well, and anybody that knows about slamming T-Bone. You have to belly them. Because if you don't, if you do get back up, you have to belly or choke slam do something at least. You can't punch them. And if they're built like me, what comes to an 8-pack or not, because they will find a way to slam you. And the challenge I followed too, the evolution of fighting when it comes down to weight classes. Heightless, injurious, weightless position, even the kind of dealing with curses on your end, count myself with double hair loss. I always overcome the worst injury and the worst matchups. Because she was about to put me in a nursing home. She was right, because she said it twice. Because I refuse to be in a nursing home, because what they're doing, but mom was not doing their job. I think she did the job. But if I was in a nursing home, I would leave. And they said they would call her and I said no, because the way this going, but Brian said a lot of people leave a nursing home if they got put there, because it's not made for nostalgia. Even if the special needs not for people my age and above, especially when they up there because they on their last breath on this earth. Cause I wasn't scared to sit out in the car. I didn't say cold. I said I would walk. Yeah, on the highway. I would walk. I don't complain about walking. Yeah, they went out obviously. But they wasn't thinking about me. All they thought about was mom, 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 mom. Like always, calling her the goat munch. Who? And I told the girl, whose side are you on? For both, I told both of them, whose side are you on? Exactly. You don't know whose side. You're not on my side. You always kissing her ass, but you calling so kissing mine. That's what they call, if you know what it takes, fake nice, out of desperation. That's Uncle Keith. But what he was, it wasn't out of desperation because he was stepping up the way mom was not stepping up. Even when I was rolling at this man too, he was being fake. Them shoes he got me, that was not fake nice. Them shoes were expensive. Even the new ones with the Jordans and LeBron, those shits are expensive. Cause he almost gave it to another friend because he gave him the coin. He was going to give me those, but he gave it, and Uncle Andre said he gave them to me, and I cherished it. I thanked this man because he told me I was grateful compared to what mom said. I'm not grateful. Said no. I made a roar this man. I made a dog and made a roar to him, roasting him. Even now in my spirits, but he was the one person that was on my side, despite him being the iffiest. He of his own, not just health issue, but other things. But he was one person on my side. Somewhat, even when he didn't tell you about his death, but he told you about what's going to happen to Kyle Isaac, which was the thing that just happened. A brawl, all out brawl by his nieces, because he don't even talk to Shine. He don't even talk to Tudge. Damn. He talks to mom, but that's at a distance. That's same with me too. He thought this was going to happen. He was right, despite me roasting this man, even when he was alive, even when I got put out of the house. I was dealing with him because he was already dealing with shit, but Grandma was the problem too. Andre was an honest problem because I told him once, because Keith told him a while ago, once I'm dead, Grandma, you got to know where to go. He said it the way I said it. But he was defining with anger. You got to know where to go. Because Kyle has a plan B and C. He already knew that I was good with violation. Credit where credit was due. Because he would let him see that money. Get your needs, get your wants. Especially them shoes that he gave me. Get any shoe. He knew I was materialistic. Alisa already knew that from the beginning. I already knew Alisa was that because of them sodas. Canada Dry, the red, the grape. To find the different soda. Yeah. It's better to be materialistic than the better to be. There's so many M terms when it's kind of negative. It's so hard, but yeah. That was one person. Despite me roasting them, honestly, which I was roasting Grandma White too, because she wasn't bad as she was just as bad as Mama does. But Onki gave me the warning first, long before I was outside of this house, that brawl was going to happen, and the same way probably with his daughter too, with his mom too, because of what happened. But he was on my side too as well, somewhat. Same way, if it wasn't him being co-sister with my Onki somewhat too, my Onki was talking about. I'd have been on the street too, but he didn't want me to be on the street because I already dealt with that shit in the past, and even now, because mom was about to put me in a nursery, and I wasn't gonna let her do that. Because mom said she would say, "So I'm done too." Because mom said she was gonna. I said, I told her, "Not a chance in hell you gonna do it. You're not even be on this earth to do that because you're not even take care of your damn self right now." And I told her even when I was in the bathroom ranting too. If I got in the shower, you ain't gonna be able to burn me to ashes. I refuse. Because mom said that was my regret being not a bit. No, you had more regrets than you think. Sorry to say, it's what it is. About to get in the shower in a minute because the people come and get me. But I told the constable was telling me because I was sitting on mom's bed what was going on between me and mom. Because Paige Mom Key said he said if they handcuffed her because if he told what was really going on with my money, which he was right about, she was gonna get arrested. They won't care if she's legally blind or not. Told you. Health don't matter. Even if you're dealing with multiple, 2, or she said she's dealing with 10 mental health. I don't know if it's on autism or whatever, but damn, that's too many. I'm not more of this. She's more of a threat to me because she was in the system. This is when you put yourself in the system. Okay? Yeah, she was in the system, but she was not as bad as mom with doing what she was doing. Yeah, she may have been controlling. I can say that because I was with her. Everybody dealt with her, including myself, but she was not like mom. She was on my side somewhat because when I was the thing I told the police about, because I told her I was going, because I told her if I was doing it the way I was doing with her, she probably would have felt she would have gave me some props, but she'd have been somewhat upset. She'd have been a little bit of both because I didn't steal for nobody. That's hustle money. But I kept that secret from her because it was hard for her to replace it because she had so much food in that freezer and the fridge. She had honestly wasted, or she gave it to me or anybody else because she didn't like wasting food. There's a couple times I did because I told her I can't eat tomatoes now because these tomatoes even now taste bland to me these days. And usually I eat them. I don't complain about eating because some vegetables are healthy. Done, man. Because when I wrote it, Mom, pay attention if you saw the trailer for God right now in potential, the next trailer files the wife out the wife, and then wife, well, me worried about my sister because pay attention to Odyssey, because wife out the wife out the father. And I'm not, I told her, I feel nothing compared to I feel a lot more pain with my father compared, and if I was buried today, I'm not, for someone's in question, I would be buried with them. If you know about that person from Black Mountain or Injustice, I'd rather bury my heart and my aunt and with my aunt, or both my aunts, if she was there, but she's not there yet, and bury with Miss Hines and to bury with you. I refuse. Yeah, I may have some of your traits, which I do, but I don't have your I don't give a fuck attitude. And if I do, that's on Grandfather Hutchinson's end. And I don't have her as a smile. I had that smile because Grandma White told me I had my mom said, no, I don't have the Hutchinson. I don't have your daughter's smile, thank God. And I don't want to have yours. And if I have the Hutchinson, that's on my grandfather's end too. And on the house, I already had that because Sam Woods had that same, that was his daughter, the person that he made that daughter with, that person that's dating, one of the current, if I forgot his name, I look at his name, but that was an honest cheat. That was revenge cheating because, he already had another daughter too, and she'd already up there, so she's about to be in high school soon. But yeah, the other girl that was trying to get him in trouble just because he was going to be chasing the Glory Days. If you know about his memory, not only memory in his book, but audiobooks. Wow, win again without my mom. Pay attention, because his mom done better than my mom. Pay attention. The movie I was just on Tiger Woods' story. The movie. Because the one person, the person that played as Tiger Woods' mom, the real mom, she gave her credit, but the person, she reminded me of mom 2.0 in real life. Because I put my son on this earth with talent, and you try to take credit for his shit and try to say you're royalty. No, you're not. Because royalty gives full amount when it comes to money, even when it comes to SSI. Because she said she was going to put that shit in charities. And I said, you wasn't going to do that. And I refused to let you do it. And even if you did, that was a secret I kept for her. I told her on that almost 5 hours straight, I told her again, it was long overdue, Miss Hutchinson. And I'll say it again, I said it now. Because she don't even know the notary is done. I didn't tell her that either. I kept that for her because she kept on saying, see, you're way out of it. Because she tried to predict my future, she tried to predict Rihanna and everybody else's future. Say, I don't know about your future, but your future ain't, I told Mom, your future ain't bright right now. Because you committed more than you think. Yeah, I may have committed one, the other thing I'll tell you about that soon later. At the same time, you got more regrets than me, and you committed most of the things too. You were unselfish. Selfish, but define you wasn't caring about. You cared about. You had no empathy. The word I just said right there is the word I never said. Empathy. I heard that from mom. No, and your empathy is zero compared to mine. Mine is like 50-50 now. It was not zero. It probably was in between. That was 25%. It's 50-50 now. I told her I don't feel nothing with you. And I told her I hate you. I didn't say that to her face. I said it in the back. I hate you. Cause I couldn't stand her right now. I can't even stand to look her in the face. Cause she kept giving credit to the daughters. Dad was giving me credit more than it because he was talking to me more than the girls. Think about that. And that's his daughter, the younger one, the younger, older one. Think about that. He's been talking to me more than anybody. And his neighbor that's Nigerian too. Think about that. And he's been talking to me, but he told parents that this boy got common sense. You won't have to nerve to question his intelligence. I never forget he said it again. Even when he was about to get into it, he said it again and said, the reason I talked to this boy, because he feels the way I feel right now. And if he's drinking, taking it to the head, and if he's with our ways, I prefer him to do that than to smoke. Because he's dealing with a cardiac issue, but he wasn't dealing with it. He probably been doing both. And that's beyond stress. Hell in heaven because of you. If I had a choice, I wouldn't do it. If I did, I would have took that shit to the head too. If I know about Craig as well, if I know about Friday straight out of rehab. I definitely need some alcohol right now. Cause mom says it's only gonna make us say no, it's not to you because you don't do it no more. And I told her you're not in my business. You don't even drink. Your body can't even handle the acid. Couldn't even handle the buzz. Compared to what I can handle it. I can handle it. Compared to you, I wasn't lying. I was just roasted as soon as she was quiet. If you know about that avatar on Metal Gear, Metal Gear, quiet because no words. You're not a woman. You're just an honest. If I know about Vicky, if I know about what she said to me, you're nothing but a little twerp. And I said it to her, even when I was in the bathroom, I was getting in the shower. This wasn't today, it was for nothing but a child. If I know about falling when it comes, you're nothing but a child. When you walk my path and actually take the what I dealt with mom and dad over the years, then I told them, stop talking when you walk my path. You're taking medication now. You need more help than me. Anybody that needs more help is mom, because she's dealing with multiple mental health. I'm only dealing with 2. And I overcame her because I taught them my therapist. I got hair session for the rest of my days, and even goes with the full it's because of her. I hate her on me. I didn't say it to her. I hate her because she called me a piece of shit. I said, I hate you. That's what Dan said too. When it comes to playing to win too. You can't conquer me here, but I'm always that damn good when it comes to dealing with drama. That was one of his. It's one of his memories too. On his info, when I did the research on the app on Street Fighter, the name of that is called Phantom. They said I may be slow when it comes to address, not stupid either. Basically, what Method Man says in the detriment and the game. I ain't stupid either. Because you know what I'm saying? You more stupid than me. I almost went there. I had to hold back. That's how I felt right now. I rolled at this woman. I saw my granddad saying it. Damn. Deja vu. I rolled there for almost the entire time I've been. She not, because today is Tiger Woods' birthday. And LeBron's birthday. To find me of holy water. Holy days. And the man that I have to find very well if I know what it takes to be watered, heaven and hell overjoyed. Why I'll win again. Double L without you. I told you, I don't need you. Because you better give me the bare minimum. You better even give me money at all. You giving the money that I earned to the girls. Yeah. And they will deny that shit all they want. Including today, what happened today after I showed you what happened to the door. You've been using them these damages in this house too, including the dryer. Yeah, I knew about that all along. Dad knew about that all along too. You know, he didn't say it to mom, but he said he gonna get you. And when that happens, when we strike. All right, y'all, I'm done. Because mom and the girls are bad. See y'all later. I'll see y'all eventually. See you later.